Alright guys, Krios here, back with another Ableton Advanced Community Review on an output product called REV X-Loops. Now, we just did a review on REV, which is a excellent product, and I feel like REV X-Loops is kind of piggybacking off of that and sort of a performance palette style, which I can really appreciate. Very cool product here, very simple to use. Not much to it, but a lot you can do to change what you get out of it. So let's dive right in. Up here you can see that we have our selection. So we have, this is your selections that you have here. And these samples are, these selections are going to have different samples. So if we pick pretty organic, you can see that we have some blue keys down here and we have some red keys. Blue keys are going to be different samples. Red keys over here are going to put it in what note that you want it in. So with that being said, you have quite a few different ones here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 different selections, and they all have an octave of samples in them. So that's a good amount of samples that you get with it. I'm not sure the price of this thing by itself, but in the bundle, it's a really nice perk add-on, and I like playing with it in a performance style. The intro song that we made there was just, I made that pretty quickly. So, you know, and being out of control what note and key it's in, it makes it very easy to get some cool results out of it. That thing was made in about 5 minutes just for the demo purposes of the intro. So now you get to pick these out of these selections here. You get to pick those, and not only do you get those, but you get an effects presets too. This is where things start to get really manipulative, and you can really start getting odd results from kind of a simple fundamental level over here, because it doesn't seem all that, you're like, oh, okay, that's all I get. But you can really start getting into some deep things here, and it's fun. It's a fun performance tool, and I like it a lot. So let's dive into some of the effects here that you get. Very simple UI, be a very quick video to go through. Just like on Rev, we get some stutter over here. We have some volume. There's no other, well, volume and pitch. Okay, so that's that. Same as Rev, exactly. I thought for some reason that these were that you clicked one over, but that's actually the envelope and amp over here that does that. So you see the envelope and amp, and we have some filter on, off, and some types of filters that you can throw on there and control. So very cool. You can also sync these up. That's okay too. And unlike the other Rev, we are going to control our sample playback speed. So if you're coming from the other Rev to this one, this is a little bit different here of what it controls, but still very cool. So this is going to control the speed of which it plays back. That's normal. Very cool. Love it. And down here we have some of our effects: lo-fi, range, stack, motion, delay 1, delay 2, very cool, reverb, and equalizer. Now also down here too, just like in the first Rev, we have this trigger where we can latch different functions onto these keys down here, so we can have a different playback once we hit them. Very, very cool. Another thing that I wish they would have done with some of their other products with this simple kind of understanding UI here. Now, I know their other products have the 4 knobs on each one of them where you can assign, what is it, like 6 different things to them. But having a trigger is just awesome. I love being able to have that performance style. Definitely is super cool. So let's go through some of these sounds really quickly and give a fundamental level of what samples that you're given in this thing. So we're on pretty organic right now. Very cool. Definitely get some things to work with. Here's some sound design things. Very cool as well. Let's take my keyboard down an octave. Let's go 2 so I can do it with this hand here. Let's go up to, excuse me. Just trying to go through quick. I don't want to make a super long video for this. Fat and low. Very cool samples they're giving you here to play with. This is a really cool selection and a very cool engine to play with them. Very awesome. Am I skipping over things? So we're going to get into some of the percussion here, which I was really impressed with. So that whole beat in the intro was, that's how I started this whole thing. And I really liked it. And then especially being able to play with the speed of the playback is just awesome. And then having some triggers down here will really open up some possibilities for this percussion area that they have. It's okay. I mean, it's a far stretch, but it's not bad. That's not bad at all. So we made the full loop back around and we're back into aggressive. Let's go and get something, the bells and harps here, so we can actually hear kind of what some of these effects presets are going to do. And like I said before, like this is where it's going to really start manipulating this over here. Along with these down here with the, you know, your normal effects, with the triggers, you get some really cool playability performance options with this thing. I also feel like this is between, well, this one, I feel like this is kind of probably the fundamental idea behind maybe arcade. I really think that's, arcade was probably birthed from this here. And I think this is a little underrated and under misunderstood one of their products here, because I think it's very awesome. I'd like to be able to import some of my own samples. That'd be cool, but I guess you have arcade for that. But you know, that's a subscription-based product. Don't get me started on that yet. I'll be doing a second review on that one too, because I just recently got a free voucher for that one for 6 months, so I'll be checking that one out again because they've got a lot more content and it's a little bit easier to use now. so let's go. There's a good sample. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to grab some of these factory effects presets. And you can see that down here, things have changed. We got some flutter action here. We got some delay down there. Definitely some changes, and you can see, like, when we go through them, basically these are just going to be presets of what's down here to give you an idea of what kind of stuff that you can do to manipulate this. And as you can see, these results are getting pretty crazy. Back to default. I feel like I'm getting double clicks out of these because there's a whole lot more in there. And that's going to go across the whole range of the keyboard here. So, you know, that applies to everything that's in here. Comes down to here to these keys. You can manipulate it down here in your own way. You have some effects presets to get you kind of pointed into certain directions. You can save them into your own. And that's pretty much REV X-Loops. Very cool performance palette. I really like it a lot. Like I said before, this is probably the seed that was planted that created Arcade, and very excellent product. Like I said, another misunderstood one that I feel like it goes underrated. So there it is. I hope you enjoyed the video and you get an understanding of the core fundamental elements that make up REV X-Loops. And please like and subscribe. Hit that little red button on the right hand corner. And if you're interested in buying the products from them, I do a lot of other product reviews. I've done all of them in their bundle that you can get, and I'll see you on the next video.